guys? Welcome to my frequency. I'm MichaelJeralo, and today we're going to watch some creepy TikToks that'll make you question reality. So without any further ado...
Don't be deceived. I keep telling y'all, this is not just a war. This is a religious war. This is the last religious war. Christian persecution is rising astronomically in the Middle East and in Saudi Arabia. Right now they're doing executions, a lot of them, by beheadings and crucifixions. In Saudi Arabia, this is being done under Prince Muhammad. Last year, there were 172 Christian executions. That's one person every 2 days. In March 2022, they did 81 people in just one day. I've been seeing a ton of reports out the Middle East for a few months now, just showing so much massacring of Christians. And if you look below, you'll see one of the reasons they execute Christians is for abandoning Islam. Now, to understand what's going on, let's go back a little bit. The main reason that Hamas attacked Israel last year was because the red heifers. And this was after escalation of them trying to sacrifice a goat at their holy mount. Hamas, Hezbollah, Taliban, they hate the red heifers. The closer the third temple is, the worse the conflict is going to get. And that third temple is right about here. Today, most requirements to build a third temple are complete. In 1948, the Jewish nation was prophetically reborn, like the Bible said. And in 1967, Jerusalem once again became a Jewish city. The Temple Institute informally trained 500 young Jewish men, directly descendants of the tribe of Levi, as temple priests, going so far as to have sewn their priestly garments and selected their sacred vessels. The Institute boasts it created a temple in waiting, even preparing operational blueprints that conform the modern architecture standards. However, there's one last ingredient needed: the ashes of a red heifer. So after reading that, you can see what caused the attack last year. We are this close. The Antichrist is walking the earth, getting ready to take his throne. The red heifer is here. The temple is ready with all the furnishings and everything. It's all ready to go. And by the way, is this eclipse coming up in April supposed to last 3 days? I talked some about it last year, but I'll post a very detailed eclipse video this week. And that always brings me back to The Economist magazine, the day after Doomsday. It says on the cover, Return of the Wolf, 2012 is when this was issued. And right here we see Israel versus Hamas. There you go, now it's a little bit clearer. You have Israel with the demon over it, Hamas with the demon over it. They're shooting together and it says, wrath. God's wrath. Get ready, you're walking in the end of days. Don't be deceived, I keep telling y'all, this is not just...
I mean, yeah, my friend Hugh, before he died, he was always talking about the third temple and everything. But like I've told you in many other videos, it's all been prophesized.
The prophecy! The prophecy!
So it's either been prophesized or they're making it look like the prophecies are coming to be. And that magazine, they're always putting their plans on the cover of it. Trump's presidency was on the cover of it, I believe.
Then where's President Donald Trump?
An eclipse lasting 3 days is not possible in their science. So if that does happen, then maybe some eyes will open, but that's what y'all think.
Holy look at that. That's no bakery. They're showing you a picture of two giant men. Look at this. I'm going to take you in a little closer. This is a screenshot. We're going to zoom in on it. Watch. Look at that. That man's waist is at the top of that car. It's over the top of the car. That guy's 8 foot tall. And not only is there one, there's two. I think this guy over here is taller than him. Whoa. Talk about return of the Anunnaki. There you go. He's right there. There's one of them. There's the other one. That man is huge. I don't care what anybody says. That guy is big. He's got to be 8 or 9 feet tall. And not only is there one, there's two. I mean, what are the odds? That guy there is a... Holy... Look at that.
I mean, perception is a mofo. Or, you know, Shaq's cousins are out there.
Shaq?
Yes.
I don't know.
If you watch like Western movies, like Tombstone, you guys ever seen
Oh, yeah.
Tombstone? Well, you think about like that is what you picture about the 1800s, right? It's like this kind of like little town made of wood. It's very dirty, and then obviously everyone cussing and shooting each other. You don't think of San Francisco having 250,000 people, and it's like the place looks like it does today. It's a sprawling metropolitan area. It's like huge. It's got Tatarian buildings. At the same time that they're walking around in the dirt in Tombstone, Arizona, it doesn't make sense. When I started watching Western movies, I thought Western movies took place like 500 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I didn't realize that, like, you know, Wyatt Earp from Tombstone, you know, or the Wyatt Earp, maybe the terrible one with Kevin Costner. Yeah. Like, Wyatt Earp literally lived long enough where he's teaching John Wayne how to be a cowboy in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, what'd you say? He was teaching John Wayne how to be a cowboy?
Yeah. Wyatt Earp lived into like the I think he might have died in like 1929 or something.
No.
So he was he was around during early Hollywood times.
Wow, that I did not know that. I thought he was way
That's what I'm
older.
saying. So our perspective on time is limited, and then you just realize, well, how did they do it all in this small time? They didn't. It's a lie.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Westerns and all that.
Heidi.
It just matters where you were at the time. But New York, San Francisco, I mean, they were pretty modern, you know what I mean? And there were cars in the early 1900s. The Westerns ended about 1910. I mean, Billy the Kid was shot in the 1880s. Like right there, you know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
Would you do this job for $1 million?
Keeping it real with you guys, there's no amount of money you could pay me to do this job because one of the things that I will never mess with is electricity. This video that I was tagged in shows an electrical technician performing his job duties. And you'll notice while he's doing this, it almost looks like he's wearing a bomb suit, and his friend is off to the side here with this massive hook that's around his waist. And there is a very good reason why these guys have to wear this type of protective equipment. It's because of something that you guys might have heard before, arc flash. To boil this down simply, an arc flash is when an electrical component ends up short-circuiting, and this creates a lot of heat. This heat in turn then ignites the oxygen that surrounds the electrical component, and this creates a very large explosion. This suit right here is meant to protect the worker against the heat and particles that might fly out during the explosion, and this long hook right here is a rescue hook used to pull their body if they're unable to move. But even with these suits, they're still not protected against the shockwave, which is equally as damaging. So yeah, working a job even for $1 million a year where I'm not guaranteed to make it to the next day is just not for me.
I was going to pause it and say they got that hook around him to pull him out of there in case of some kind of tragedy or whatnot. But yeah, man, it's hard even to get me to work at a regular job.
I don't like my job, and
much less something like that. But $1 million, I mean, if you're into materialism and what have you.
Did you guys hear about the Lockheed Martin whistleblower?
What is Lockheed Martin?
An engineering firm. But they make weapons, missiles, jets.
Okay, Stark Industries.
But this U.S. intelligence someone came out claiming that Lockheed Martin has had their own internalized military division to go and recover non-human intelligent craft. They actually found a NHI craft, reverse engineered it, and have their own flying around now. They have not told the U.S. government because they don't want to give them that technology. So what they do is they create their own militarized divisions to go and get these crashed NHI crafts. If we have advanced technologically as a human race, why couldn't the same thing said for them? Why can't these beings constantly develop new and newer technology?
So are all of the UFOs we're finding the alien redneck version of their craft?
That just broke down on this Earth?
That broke down on Earth.
That is crazy.
Did you guys hear about the Lockheed Martin whistleblower?
What is
I mean, okay. they don't want to give the government something they already have, and the government would be on them like white on rice. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to see some kind of evidence. I mean, this is the first I've heard of it. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me.
I know what y'all are thinking about damn time. No, you probably weren't thinking that, were you? You're probably thinking, JT, that was a weak pun. And maybe you're right.
Made me laugh.
But you might have been thinking, the Hoover Dam. So what, JT? It's a hydroelectric dam. So what? It blocks the Colorado River and creates Lake Mead. So what? And I'm going to show you so what. It's more than what it seems. Let's take a look. This is what?
Yeah, the statues.
Yeah. Did you guys know that there was creepy angels on top of the Hoover Dam? Sitting on weird black cubes? Yeah, that's strange, right? What are they doing on top of the Hoover Dam? Maybe we should take a closer look at one of them. Yeah. That's weird, right? That's kind of ominous looking. Sinister, even. What is that doing on top of the dam? Maybe we should look at some more pictures for some context, shall we? Yeah, okay, so there's a compass with astrology, some zodiac signs on it. Maybe the angels are related to the, the sign of Taurus? Maybe? I don't know, let's keep looking. Maybe it's this. This pyramid pointing at this strange word, Thuban. Actually, Thuban comes from an Arabic word that means large serpent or dragon. Huh, you guys making any connections? Large serpents, dragons, angels. Huh. I don't know. Maybe. Let's look at another picture. Hey, check it out. That's pretty cool. An eagle right in front of those angels. And the wings are kind of doing something a little odd. They're kind of going up and there's this light going backwards. You know what that kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a Freemasonry compass and square. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Suddenly, this is making a lot of sense. Let's take a look at one more picture. So what we have here is a memorial plaque to commemorate the over 100 men who lost their lives building this dam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find this inscription a little bit creepy. They died to make the desert bloom. What's that supposed to mean? Is the implication that they couldn't build the dam without the death? Desert couldn't bloom without the sacrifices? Are they talking about a hydroelectric dam? Are they talking about Baal in ancient Mesopotamia? I don't know. Maybe the angels and the weird astrology does actually make sense after all.
Hoover Dam!
Well, the Freemasons have their hands in everything, and I've heard all kind of, like, I kind of knew about this. I've heard all kind of theories on, like, perhaps there's a Nephilim trapped under that water, or perhaps buildings from Tartaria, stuff like that. I mean, so we know that, the Freemasons build the court systems and all that stuff and have their hands in everything. But what are we going to do about it? That's my question. Any ideas? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this, and what y'all think about the Freemasons having their hands in everything. Alright guys, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all liked it. Thanks for hanging out with me. And like usual, man, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, or comment, or don't. I really don't care. See y'all next time.